Hello everyone and welcome to week 4 of the Multi-Battle Conference Season 5. And, you know, it's been a wild ride so far. We're here with week 5. I say we because Fiona, please introduce yourself. Or everybody should know you at this point.
Hello everybody, we're back with another week of MBC. And this time, we're playing against the Ally Switch Spammers.
Yeah. Formerly known as the Toronto Talonflames. And for those of you who may recognize that name or may have a familiar tone or ring to you, these guys actually knocked us out of the playoffs last season. So a little bit of a vengeance match, or we're going to try and avenge ourselves here. And honestly, two high power offenses looking at the teams here.
So it's Dragapult versus Cinderace. So what we expect from that is both the Dragapult and the Cinderace will max and trade knockouts each turn. That's normally how those kind of games go.
Yep. And if you're not trading knockouts, you're at least doing big damage to something. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is, I think, the third or fourth time now we've tried to record this. Mainly because the first time I didn't have the audio button, so we weren't picking up audio. The second time we tried recording it, I actually forgot to press recording altogether. And the first time I messed up the intro like 4 times. So, besides the point, we're here. Fiona, let's talk through the teams. That is a hack. Sorry. Go ahead.
So we expected Cinderace plus Tangela because they don't want their Cinderace taking mad damage from our Dragapult, so they're going to Rage Powder or put on Sleep Powder potential and hit our Dragapult with a Max Darkness.
Yep. So
we decided to retaliate with our Sash Volcarona and redirect that as well.
Yep.
Which also puts on pressure onto the Tangela because Tangela's special defense is not very good even with Violet.
But, yeah, so that's kind of what we came up with here. For those of you guys who are wondering, the Mon in behind their logo there is a Haxorus. So, unfortunately, the logo did cut it off because their logo is a bit elongated compared to some other logos. But, it's fine. It's still a Haxorus. And I like the fact that they're making fun of Ally Switch, so why not?
So, as expected, we decided to lead with our Dragapult and the Volcarona. And as you guys can all guess, they do lead Cinderace. But they actually lead Regieleki with it.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. I like that from their end, but like it definitely wasn't what I was expecting.
So, this turn, straightforward, easy Rage Powder. It's more of what Dragapult wants to do.
Yeah.
In the end, we decided to go for Airstream in case they Airstream because otherwise we would be slower.
Yep. And
that would be very bad.
Yeah, we saw that in the playoff match last season when we had the Cinderace, they had the Gyarados. We didn't Airstream, they Airstreamed, and they took advantage of us like that. So it was a little, we weren't going to let that happen again.
Yeah. So, this turn, basically what I just said.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not really sure of what the Alecki would do. I would guess Electroweb to like break Sash, and they can't slow our full speed, but at least they get
kip
onto it.
Yeah. I expected some sort of kip damage coming out from this Alecki here. I was actually joking with Fiona at one point. I was like, watch them click Ancient Power into our Volcarona. Yeah, just max Rockfall with the Alecki. Well, they couldn't max, but like still, it would have been funny.
Get the boost.
Ancient Power boost. I think we would have lost the game.
Terrible. That happened.
Honestly, if they would have gotten the boost off an Ancient Power into Volcarona, I think we would have lost the game. Like, I legitimately think the game was over.
As you expect, Dragapult maxes and now Cinderace maxes.
Who's shocked?
A lot of time is wasted in this 20-minute battle.
Who's shocked? Who's shocked? Anybody shocked? Anybody shocked? Yeah, are these anybody surprised these are the 2 maxes? I don't think so, but
anybody surprised we did it turn 1?
Still no. It's fine. So Alecki's sorry, Mothra's gonna go for the Rage Powder here, very nicely. Keeping our Dragapult nice and safe, you know. Keeping Dragapult safe is my #1 priority.
Yeah, he must be protected at all costs.
Exactly.
So they actually go for Thunder Wave, which is really interesting.
I really do like that.
So what they were trying to do there is they would have tried to slow us down mid-turn so Cinder was faster and pick us up with a attack.
Yep.
But fortunately our Rage Powder just redirects it.
And to be honest, when I saw that, I was wondering if they were going to be maybe Goggles here on Cinderace, which I mean I was okay with because I calced it and we wouldn't die. so it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but they are not goggles. As you see, this does go into the Mothra and does literally all of our health, minus the stat. That's so much. Cinderace is broken, man.
Yeah, and Volcarona's defense, you know, not great. But his special defense is good.
But it's physical stat. No.
So, judging by the Life Orb, was eyeballing the HP here, and I'm like, I think Wormwind KOs.
I also seconded the fact that Wormwind would KO, so we decided to launch a Wormwind out into Cinderace here. And
just Rage Thunder and protect our Dragapult. They actually max guard, which is something we weren't expecting.
I mean, maybe they expected Wormwind to kill too, so...
Yeah.
Well, we get paired.
But that gave me anxiety when the full para happened. I'm just like, oh no, please don't go for Thunder Wave. But they actually go for Reflect, which is interesting, so now that means Wormwind will definitely not KO.
I know, but I really do like this support of Alecki here, which is really cool. And when I saw screens, I was kind of expecting that they may not be sad. Like they may be like Light Clip.
Yeah.
Because normally when you see...
we know, even if it's like a support Alecki, we figured, yeah, the Thunderbolt, not the Thunderbolt, Wormwind will kill the,
Yeah, Wormwind's gonna drop this Alecki. I mean, they could be really bulky and they'd probably have a chance of taking it through a Reflect. But, like, hitting the Alecki was still more important to us at this point. Cinderace isn't gonna be able to kill us once we get a Wormwind off, so there's really no point in hitting it yet. We need to break this Alecki down. Which is exactly what we do.
And Alecki actually did that.
So we both led our big maxers and our sash users.
Yeah. And, they just go for Thunderbolt, pick out with Volcarona. Not shocking at all. So now we live this, thanks to the Wormwind, we do live as long as they don't get a critical hit onto us.
And if you guys have seen our luck over the past few seasons, I mean, you guys will know what's happening. But thankfully, Catapultra is a very good lad, and we hang on.
Yeah. And now the weekend comes in as we wanted.
Yeah, it's gonna go out. This video is going up on a Sunday, so it literally is the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. That was a bad joke.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That was a terrible joke. But the thing that's important here is, I think it's best we attack, because even if they do Sucker Punch and KO, we take 2 for the price of 1. Yeah. And it would be really bad if we don't attack. Since we're faster than Regieleki, we KO the Regieleki, so that prevents the double up into the potential Fox and KO us. Because if that happened, that would have, like, I think that would have lost us the game.
That's huge momentum, a huge momentum shift. Like, if they call our Protect, which they very well could call a Protect here, right? So if they call Protect and double this Toxtricity, we probably lose the game. Although, realistically, if they call the Protect, I don't think they expect Scarf on Tox. So if they were to call the Protect, I feel like it would have just been a Pyro Ball into Toxtricity. But still, you had to play it safer here, so we did go for the double attack.
Yeah.
I love how I just
went... what were you going to say?
I was saying, I love how I went on like this long tangent, and then Fiona's just like, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Anyways, we got a lot of time to kill in between turns, and there's
the Cinderace actually goes for the Protect here, which is not something we were expecting, and we're just like, we will take this.
Yeah, that
we
gives...
actually don't lose any Pokemon here.
Yep.
And they lose their Alecki, which is huge.
That's a huge kill for us. I mean, you could say they got a read wrong, and I mean, I think it was probably just safer for them to just click Sucker Punch and get damage off that way, because then you chip our Tox, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, we're going to take advantage of that turn, though, every day of the week. And I think we decided to save Dragapult now, mainly because Toxtricity is going to be faster than whatever comes in. And if we switch out, and if we let Dragapult go down, at best we're going 1-for-1. And the 1-for-1 trade is not as good as a 2-for-1 trade, so we save our Pult. And like we said, protect Pult at all costs.
Yeah, we don't want to see him get hurt.
Yeah, even though he's sitting on 11 HP. But he's doing his best to support his children, so it's fine.
Yeah. And even if they bring in Rage Powder, like, we just put Overdrive that goes around it. And the Cinderace, let's be honest, Cinderace is, like, very frail.
Yeah, and it's a Toxtricity. Overdrive, Punk Rock boosted Toxtricity is really, really solid.
Yeah. So they're really taking their time making this decision.
Yeah,
you can definitely see why this battle has gone on very long.
Yeah, it's, I think Angela the Tangela comes in, and you guys thought I made a bad joke earlier. No, this is the bad joke. This is the worst of all. Angela the Tangela. It's also a female, so it's fitting. Anyways, back to Pokemon.
as we said, Dragapult, we're gonna preserve it. There's no reason not to.
Yep.
You can even use it as a sack for later if it comes up.
It's also a free. It's also a free big hit too, right? Like later on, it's a free big hit.
Yeah. And we bring in our Aromatisse here. Now this allows us to be essentially getting a Trick-Room next turn for a Scavalier in the back.
Yeah. And there's the Protect from the Tangela. Is it Tangela or Tangela? I don't know.
Tangela, it's Tangela.
It's Tangela. Okay, it's Tangela, and the Protect to me is smart because they don't know we're Scarfed, right? So they're probably trying to shield themselves from like a big Sludge Bomb, potentially, which makes a lot of sense. But we do just go for the Overdrive, obviously, because I'm, you know, forced into it. But at the time, they don't know that, so.
So we pick up 2 knockouts on their very fast heavy hitters. Well, lucky it didn't end up being a heavy hitter, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you'd expect it to be a heavy hitter, though. Looking at it in
Yeah.
team preview, you'd expect it to be a team preview. But I definitely like their prep this week. I think they prepped for us really, really well.
Yeah.
I really do think this matchup in general is... I don't want to say a true 50-50. I really don't like that term. But I do think it comes down to prep, and I think both of us prep. Both teams prep really well going into this battle.
So Musharna actually comes in, reveals Boomburst.
Boomburst, which we had no intentions of revealing, by the way.
But sure.
Well, now they know. Cool.
Okay, so this turn's interesting. We just decided we wanted to get heavy damage on both with Helping Hand and Overdrive. We don't really want to get Scabbed in right now.
Yeah, no, not yet. We wanted big damage first because 1, they could try and set Trick Room of their own. 2, they might still try to Rage Powder or maybe switch out here if we Sludge Bomb.
They might Sleep Powder the Aromatisse is what I would imagine, not the Weekend.
They still also don't know we're Scarf, so there's a chance that they read into a Sludge Bomb as well. So either way, we decided to sit in here and click Overdrive, get some damage off, and yeah.
So Helping Hand does come out from Aromatisse into the toss. And we look at the damage here. Is it going to be a 2-shot on Musharna? That actually is pretty disappointing.
That was pretty disappointing. Thankfully, though, the Weekend, you know, you don't sleep on the Weekend. How many of you guys actually sleep on the Weekend? You can't sleep on the Weekend. It's time to party, so no sleeping tonight. We do dodge that sleep powder.
Moonblast now. I wonder if they even had a psychic move. They had Protect, they had Trick Room most likely.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did, which was probably an illegitimate fear on our end later on, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
That's interesting.
It is.
They might have had Energy Ball for the...
yeah, they could have done that as well. Yeah. Who knows what they had. I mean, we could ask them. Maybe I will. But I doubt they'd reveal it, because like, I feel like we're going to see each other again in the playoffs, most likely.
Yeah.
Although...
So now, we know their game plan is like, you know, Sleep Powder into the toss, so we decided, hey, we could bring our overcode Scavalier.
Yep.
And get the Trick Room up.
And get Trick Room up. It's perfect. We got the slow trick. And they actually Protect again, which, once again, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're still scared of Sludge Bomb, because they still don't know our item, right?
It's a Moonlight.
Yeah, they're Moonlight. So, honestly...
we know they're full set.
No, we don't.
Moonblast, Moonlight, Trick Room, Protect.
They never revealed Trick Room. It could have been Mystical Fire, which I honestly, which I really wouldn't have put past them. I don't think they wanted to go with the Trick Room move here.
Maybe that's fair.
I don't think they had Trick Room, but it's fine. I mean, either way, we get Hestu in here with just putting on pressure right now.
We their pressure into this Musharna. We just go around Rage Powder because Overcoat.
Yep.
And yes, they could switch in Copper-Raja, but Copper-Raja, let's be honest, its defenses are very disappointing.
And even if it's Haxorus, Haxorus doesn't want to take this. We've got a Scavalier.
Yeah, Haxorus' defense are even worse. So.
Yeah, we've got, and it doesn't resist. So we've got Scavalier in a prime position right now. Chances of Musharna having Protect, not very high, as you see them switching out right there. And it is going to be that Jaw, Copper-Raja.
Well, it is high, we saw it. But Azumarill actually comes in. And...
Clap, clap, clap. This is honestly one of my favorite animations in the game, guys. To be honest.
Exorcist comes out. That does so much damage.
It really does. For a resisted hit, that's ridiculous.
So this discussion turned, like, it was kind of obvious the Copper-Raja was going to protect. We also have Oka Berry on the Scavalier, so we do take a good trash.
And I'm just going to point out, you guys watching the screen right now, Fiona, I don't mean to cut you off, but look how close I am to actually locking in Jirova. Look how close I am to locking in Drill Run. But anyways, Fiona, continue.
We were also worried about, like, I was thinking, hey, if Zoomreal Valley Drums here, we are kind of in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
Because they just Aqua Jet and pick off everything, except for a Scavalier, but the Scavalier can't do much to it after. So we decided, hey, we're gonna heavily damage them. Like, yes, they can still get a Belly Drum off, but that only lets them get 1 KO instead of 2.
Yeah, or potentially 3 or 4. So we go right after the Azumarill, which is 100% the right play. So.
And, like I said, Copper Raja is most likely to protect here. If they don't protect, they're heat crashing and they won't kill us.
Exactly. And they do protect, so big play, big play, big play.
So this Iron Head's gonna do a lot of damage.
Iron Head's gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, it doesn't. I would say that's a lot of damage. Wish we would have had like Poison Jab there. It probably would have killed. But I don't think we could have fit it. And that waterfall does so much damage.
Yeah. But we saw Citrus, so...
Yep, we did see Citrus.
Azumarill being broken.
Huge power is wild. I wonder... Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I wonder if it was like Mystic Water, but we literally just said we saw Citrus. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing this.
You know what's also interesting? I think Azumarill is Liquidation. They're running Waterfall over Liquidation.
Flinch Chance maybe?
Maybe. Although, to be fair, it's only 5 days power more.
But that could be a difference.
Oh, that's fair, yeah. So, Drill Run comes out, Copper Raja switches out here, getting hit by Drill Run. Inferno comes back in, reveals Gleam on Sherbert, which okay.
Yeah. And Drill Run honestly does nothing. Masharna is crazy bulky. Anyways, Dazzling Gleam coming out. Gonna connect here into the Azu. And here's a waterfall.
That actually does big damage, actually.
Yeah, this looks like a very defensive. They probably bulked out physically, right, for our Pult and stuff. For our Pult and our Urshifu.
Which will threaten it.
And our Urshifu. Don't forget, we have an Urshifu that we didn't bring. So here I was pretty comfortable in the fact that Aqua Jet wouldn't pick us off. Like it was gonna be close, but like I really didn't think it was going to. So we just stayed in an Exodus Masharna, seeing if we can get it off. Because if we can get it off, that's huge.
And they actually just Aqua Jet it.
Yeah, which is the correct play, and they do drop it. I wonder how much that... I want to calc that, and I probably should. If I do end up calcing it, I'll put the calc on the screen. Unlikely that I end up doing that, guys, but if it's on the screen, you guys can see it, but... Masharna's gonna heal.
So Gleam comes out. That's in range of another Gleam, which is good to know.
And it's back to the weekend, guys.
Off is forced to come back in here.
Yep. And here's where I think me and Fiona differ a little bit, but it ended up working out, I think. So I wanted the Helping Hand here, just for big damage, because I don't actually know. I believe Helping Hand Overdrive is doing more than the little bit of chip damage we're getting from the Dazzling Gleam, but we decided to Dazzling Gleam.
Oh, this wasn't this turn. This turn we both agreed that Gleam was better.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. We ended up agreeing Gleam was better anyways, but...
Yeah.
This turn for sure Gleam was better. It does come into play later on as well. But this turn we ended up both agreeing Gleam was the better one.
We were a bit nervous here. We're like, if they Psychic, this is really bad.
Which, I mean, they still could have been. They don't have that many answers.
I feel like if they had it, they would have clicked it.
I also feel that way. Azumarill is going to switch on out here, and we're just going to click Overdrive into Angela the
Because then this turned it into a 2v1, and we really couldn't do much in that position.
Yeah.
But seeing as they're not clicking it, that makes me assume they do not have Psychic.
Yeah. And they're just going to heal up again, so...
Yeah.
Like I said, I would not have been surprised if it was like Mystical Fire or Energy Ball as that last move. I don't think they ever wanted
either one of those two.
I don't think they ever wanted Trick Room, but either way, Dazzling Gleam coming out. That actually does mad. Okay, so crit on Masharna, but I was gonna say it does mad damage to the Tangela, and it did. Or Tangela, I guess I should be saying its name correctly, because someone's gonna get mad in the comments. I can just see it. Just someone in the comments, stop saying Tangela.
The one Tangela fan out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's more than one Tangela fan out there. I kind of like Tangela.
Someone said 3 minutes until the battle ends, and I'm like, we gotta click something.
Yeah, we gotta click buttons here. So I'm walked into Overdrive, right? So all I was basically doing is just clicking Overdrive, and I'm trying to go through my head here of the HP scenarios because it's 4-4. And it could very well end 4-4 if they're insistent on just protecting and clicking Moonlight. Right? So
Yeah.
we opted to go. We could have Helping Hand and potentially dropped the Tangela. We saw the damage earlier, but we ended up going for the Dazzling Gleam, which, I mean, you can look at it one of two ways. Dazzling Gleam, I think, ends up working out better for us because of the timer. As dumb as that sounds. But there's the Overdrive coming out. Of course, Tangela going to go for the Sleep Powder and put Aromatisse to bed before we are able to attack, which is key.
Yeah.
As Mashana is content on healing with the 2-minute warning popping back up on the field. So
Actually, they did reveal Trick Room, I think.
no, they never did. We set up Trick Room. Fiona, they didn't reveal it.
Well, Overdrive is gonna come out here, let's be honest, that was the only thing worth looking at.
Yeah. Tangela has to protect. And I think at this point, they've realized they cannot eat an Overdrive, so they have to play slow now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they know they can't eat an Overdrive, and if the moment we take a knockout, we just play slow and guaranteed to win, right? So they need to hope their HP is higher. And as I was saying that, I was just sitting here clicking Overdrive, so I was kind of running through my head. They had a Copperajah probably around 75, Tangela, as you can see on the field in red. I basically said Tangela, Dragapult, probably very similar in HP stat percentage-wise. They'll cross each other out. Aromatisse probably similar to Copperajah. That in my head kind of crosses itself out as well. Obviously the HP numbers vary, but that's fine. Toxtricity still at full health, so just launching out another Overdrive is amazing. And our Seismitoad...
You know there's a 60-second timer in multi-battle, so this basically means this is the last turn of the game.
And at this point, we know for sure that because our Seismitoad is at full health, we figured that that was enough, no matter what happens here, as long as they don't do damage, that we're going to have...
And they actually do reveal Trick Room here.
They do, yes, you're right, they do. Right at the end.
So they didn't have a Psychic move.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll take that. We'll take that, because if they had Psychic there, it would have been... I don't think it would have killed the Weekend, but I think it may have put it in range where the HP percentage thing at the whole tiebreaker time thing would have been really, really interesting.
Yeah. So now basically we stall it this out now, because I think we're confident that we win.
Yeah. We stall it out now here because, like I was saying, we kind of ran the
everything
numbers.
in the back is chipped.
For them, everything's chipped. For us, no.
You have a full HP Seismitoad, a full HP Tox.
And a pretty high health Aromatisse.
Aromatisse is very healthy,
yep.
and Bolt is thin.
And like what I like doing in cases like this, guys, is like I was saying, like I was kind of doing earlier, is that like you kind of find Pokemon with similar HP and then see if there's a big differential somewhere. So like you saw the Dragapult kind of counteracted the Tangela. Our Aromatisse similar health to the Copperajah. Masharna and Toxtricity were pretty similar, and then I looked at it and I said, okay, everything kind of else has a piece. Seismitoad comes down to Azumarill, and Seismitoad's at full health, Azumarill is in like 33%. So that's the big gap I was looking for. But we do end up taking the win there, which is massive.
Yeah, that was a very interesting game, and something we didn't expect.
No.
Like, all of a sudden the 3 minutes just woke us up, and we're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. It just came up on us. I would have really liked to see how that battle played out. Like, I really would have been intrigued. I want to say we have the upper hand, but I really don't know.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Well, I mean, I think the momentum shifted once we found out that Musharna didn't have Psychic, and
see,
kill us.
But the thing is, they set Ruma.
They did, but I think...
We have no Escavalier anymore, so it would have been really interesting.
We had reversed it. We have Aromatisse.
Yeah, but we'd have to wake up.
We took 2 turns of sleep, did we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it would have been really close. Like, we would have tried to... Obviously, we would have tried to reverse it, right? Like, no doubt in my mind we would have tried that. But we also would have... The one turn we had to try and reverse it, they could have sleep powdered again. Either way, it was a really good battle. Sucks it got cut short, but...
Yeah, very interesting endgame there. But we take the win.
Yeah, up to 3-1 on the season, which is solid. You love to see that.
Yes.
Only losing to the team currently, I believe, in either first or second place right now at 3-0, so they haven't played their game this week yet. But either way, still a solid season right now. 3-1. Probably gonna have to go X3 or better to make it. This division is actually both divisions are pretty tight right now and filled with good players. So really, I can't say anything. Nothing's certain. But Fiona, unless you got something else to say, I think we're gonna get on out of here.
I got nothing else.
Alright guys, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week with more multi-battle action, so stay tuned for that. And I will catch you guys in the next video.